and limits that have been updated for 2017. Each year, these numbers are subject to updates due to increases in the cost of living index and inflation. We will only discuss a small portion of these numbers today. To view the full IRS releases on these numbers and more, check out Revenue Procedures 2016-55, 2016-62, and 2016-28. The annual limit on maximum includable compensation slightly increased to $270,000, up from $265,000 for 2016. The limit for defined benefit contribution plans also increased to $54,000. The annual limit for a participant in a defined benefit plan also increased to $215,000 for 2017. While the elective deferral limits for 401k, 403b, 457b, and STAR-SEP plans stayed the same at $18,000. The age 50 catch-ups for these plans also stayed the same at $6,000, making the total combined elective deferral for those age 50 and over participating in these types of plans $24,000. The elective deferral limits for simple plans also remain the same at $12,500, as did the age 50 catch-up at $3,000, making the combined elective deferral and age 50 catch-up for those participating in simple plans $15,500 for 2017. IRA contribution limits for 2017 remain the same. Traditional, Roth, and MyRA contribution limits are $5,500. Those age 50 or older can contribute an additional $1,000, for a total of $6,500 for those age 50 or older. This limit applies to all available IRAs rather than to each IRA type. The phase-out for deducting traditional IRA contributions increased slightly. For married filing joint filers, the phase-out begins at $99,000, and the deduction is completely phased out for those with modified adjusted gross incomes of $119,000. For single filers and head of household filers, the phase-out begins at $62,000. The deduction is completely phased out for those with modified adjusted gross incomes of $72,000. For those that are married filing separate, the deduction is completely phased out if their modified adjusted gross income is $10,000 or more. For those married filing jointly, where one spouse is covered by a retirement plan and the other is not, the taxpayers can deduct the non-covered spouse's contributions when their modified adjusted gross income is below $186,000. The deduction is completely phased out if their modified adjusted gross income reaches $196,000. For 2017, limits for Roth contribution eligibility slightly increased for some filers. Taxpayers that file married filing jointly can make a full contribution to a Roth IRA if their modified adjusted gross incomes do not exceed $186,000. If their modified adjusted gross income exceeds $196,000, they cannot contribute to a Roth IRA at all. Single and head of household filers with modified adjusted gross incomes below $118,000 can make a full contribution to their Roth IRAs. If their modified adjusted gross incomes exceed $133,000, they cannot contribute to a Roth IRA at all. Married filing separate filers with modified adjusted gross incomes above $10,000 cannot contribute to a Roth IRA. The personal exemption amount for all filing types for 2017 is $4,050. The standard deduction for married filing joint filers for 2017 is $12,700. For single filers and those that are married filing separate, the standard deduction is $6,350. For head of household filers, the standard deduction is $9,350. The amount of long-term care premiums that are eligible for deduction are as follows. For those 40 and under, qualified long-term care premiums of up to $410 can be deducted. For those ages 41 to 50, long-term care premiums of up to $770 can be deducted. For those 51 to 60, long-term care premiums of up to $1,530 can be deducted. For those ages 61 to 70, long-term care premiums of up to $4,900 can be deducted. For those ages 70 and over, long-term care premiums of up to $5,110 can be deducted. The Affordable Care Act imposes a penalty on taxpayers that can afford health insurance but do not purchase it. The penalty is calculated as a percentage of income or on a per-person basis. Uninsured taxpayers are penalized whichever amount is higher. For 2017, the penalty is the greater of up to 2.5% of adjusted gross income, but not to exceed the cost of a bronze plan annual premium on the marketplace, or $695 per uninsured adult and $347.50 per uninsured child, up to a family max of $2,085. The annual gift tax exclusion remained the same at $14,000. While the federal estate, lifetime gift, and generation skipping transfer tax exclusion amount increased to $5.49 million. The maximum tax rate for estate, gift, and GST tax remained 40%. These are just a few of the key financial numbers for 2017. Check out our January 2017 edition of Think About It for a fuller look at 2017 key financial numbers, including individual and capital gains tax brackets, Social Security updates, phase-outs, and much more. Thanks for listening in today.
All righty, thank you so much, Jennifer, and thank you all for joining us today. As a reminder, if you'd like to receive supporting materials, feel welcome to email me at asktheexpert@advancedunderwriting.com. You may also email questions related to today's webinar. Finally, for more information about the services that Advanced Underwriting Consultants offer, including phone consultation and newsletter licensing, feel welcome to contact me at 615-224-1291. Thanks again, and best wishes for continued success.